Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little lamb.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me. Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
Unfortunately, for the cruise line, for the Balearia to state that is really heartbreaking, because these people have suffered enough through what they went through, and then for the Balearia to go ahead and state that and break these people's hearts. I think they raised their expectations without fulfilling the requirements that if they had done that with us and worked with us, we would have been there to facilitate that process. However, they didn't. We would have basically made sure that everybody was properly documented and facilitated that process working with the cruise line. So why they said that, I wouldn't know, and it's really heartbreaking for them to say that to these people that have really suffered more than beyond comprehension.
Is there anything else you guys want to say? I think that pretty much sums
Well,
it up.
I think it's important to note that if those folks did stay on the boat and arrived, we would have processed them, vetted them, and worked within our laws and protocols, and done what we had to do to facilitate them. I think it was a business decision by Balearia to remove them. They were not ordered off the boat by any government entity.
Okay, so those poor Customs and Border Patrol men are completely unaware of what the President of the United States did. And they are out there saying the ferry company is responsible for breaking the hearts of the people who were so freaking damaged in a Category 5 hurricane that ripped 2 islands completely apart and leveled them to the ground. And now you got little kids playing with dead bodies nearby. We don't know what the actual death toll will actually be, but we've been told to prepare ourselves for an unimaginable number. But what we do know is that tens of thousands of people had lost their homes. They are without homes. They are without electricity. They are without clean water. And the CBP were interviewed by our local media. That's our Miami station, WSVN TV, okay? I used to work right next door. And the CBP are told to tell the press that it was the ferry operator's fault, except that just whenever you decide you're going to lie for the president is going to undo you. The president is going to make a fool of you who covers for him. And he just did it, too, on the White House lawn. Idiot boy is leaving for Fayetteville tonight. Why is he going to Fayetteville tonight? Because I told you there's a special election because the courts ordered that the original election in 2018 be thrown out because the Republicans cheated. Because the Republicans collected illegally, filled out illegally, and submitted illegally absentee ballots. And so that's why there's a special election. And Trump is going down to Fayetteville to try and get out the vote for this entrenched establishment Republican, Dan Bishop, over a U.S. Marine, Dan McCready. So the president is leaving and he stops on the White House lawn because that's what he does instead of press conferences, right? And he says this about the Bahamians.
We have to be very careful. Everybody needs totally proper documentation because the Bahamas had some tremendous problems with people going to the Bahamas that weren't supposed to be there.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to allow people that weren't supposed to be in the Bahamas to come in to the United States, including some very bad people and some very bad gang members.
Oh, my
and
God.
some very, very bad drug dealers.
Oh, my God.
So we are going to be very, very strong in that. Let me just explain. Large sections, believe it or not, of the Bahamas were not hit. And what we're doing is bringing the people to those sections of the Bahamas that have not been hit.
Really?
We've done a lot of the USA aid. We've done a lot of work with our Coast Guard, with our FEMA people who have been phenomenal. I mean, they have been phenomenal. So we'll see what happens.
So we'll see what happens as people are dying there. We'll see what happens. Because, you know, Bahamians are gang members. Bahamians are drug dealers. You're talking about people with toddlers again, but they're black. Some of them. And some of them are very fine people. This is so sick. So you had a boat bring the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line, which everybody here knows because they advertise on our TV all the time. The Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line coordinated their evacuation, and they were able to bring 1,500 Hurricane Dorian survivors this weekend too. They were able to do that. And these people had the same documentation as the other people. Because by that time, the president had already heard that 1,500 Bahamians had come to Palm Beach where he lives, and he didn't want any more Bahamians. So he decided that he would tell the ferry to stop bringing people to the United States. And then the Border Patrol agents were out there lying and saying, oh, that ferry line broke those people's hearts. They didn't do it right. They didn't do it right. That's not true. The president ordered that they be turned around. And, you know, this was a big mystery this morning. I was telling Scott, I need to know what happened with this. I need to know what happened because this is just heartbreaking. This is sick. This is sad. These are the most beautiful people. I can't even tell you how, you know, you go there, they treat you like gold. They'll do anything for you with a smile on their face and love in their heart. Nothing's a problem. Everything's doable. But God help us if they need us the other way around for like, maybe 3 weeks. 3 weeks to just, get things in order and let the emergency people, clear places so that planes can land and supplies can be restocked. I mean, obviously they went out there with their own little hands and they cleared a way for the port so that the ships could come in. They cleared school soccer fields and they cleared, yards so that helicopters could land by their own. I mean, there are people there with no arms. There are people there with no legs still waiting for medical help because we can't get there fast enough. This man is deranged and evil to stand on the lawn and then accuse these people of being all drug dealers, and some people in the Bahamas shouldn't have been in the Bahamas, and we can't let the people that shouldn't be in the Bahamas. I mean, would you please look around? You've had 3 mass shootings in the last month. Where are you? Why are they the criminals and we're not the criminals? I don't even understand this. But he was on his way to Fayetteville tonight after a stolen election, after real facts were presented to a real court that said, really, they stole absentee ballots and stole an election, and we have to void that election and schedule a special election, which will happen tomorrow. So now, you know what they're doing today? Pence is going to one side of District 9. I think he's going to the Charlottesville side. And Donald Trump is going to the other side of District 9, Fayetteville. So Pence is going this afternoon, or he may already have been there. And Donald Trump is going tonight for one of those stupid rallies. And I swear to God, he's going to trash the Bahamians. He's going to. We can't let him in. We can end up send them back. Send them back. The United States has lost all of its moral compass. All of it. RandiRhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.